Ready, Scott? You can put it on live and then go ahead. Oh, hello, everybody. Welcome to Digital Nomad Mastery, the podcast where we teach people how to make money while traveling the world. And we've had the pleasure of interviewing guests from around the world. On today's episode, we have the pleasure of interviewing Renata. Renata is actually from Brazil, but currently she's actually in Mozambique, Africa. And a quick little backstory, my family is traveling around the world for the last 5 months, and we're actually in Cape Town, South Africa. And we do a lot of sponsored travel, so we hotel and hostel reviews. And we were actually a review of Home Base Cape Town, so shout out to Home Base Cape Town for about 3 nights. And while we were there, they introduced us to Renata, who's also a travel blogger. And we connected, and we've stayed in touch through social media. And now we have the pleasure of interviewing her on our podcast. So Scott is over there in Croatia, Europe. I'm here in French Guiana, South America, and Renata is actually in Mozambique, Africa. So we're in 3 cities, in 3 countries, in 3 continents, and with crazy Wi-Fi, crazy internet, but somehow we've made magic happen. So Scott, do you want to do a quick intro, and then we'll get Renata to introduce herself.
Yes. Yeah, sure. Hello, guys. I'm Renata, as he said. I'm from Brazil. I'm traveling the world, starting with Africa, which has been amazing. I'm totally liking Africa so much. And I'm working while traveling. So I'm a photographer, and I do some works with photography and also with my blog while I'm traveling. And that's it. I like to travel overland. So I always prefer to get some bus or some kind of land transportation instead of a plane. And my focus, my passion, and my goal with this travel is ecotourism. So I like trails, I like hikings, I like mountains. This is what I like, and this is the places that I when I choose a place to go, it's basically like mountains and those kind of things. And now in Mozambique.
Well, you're going to have to come to Vancouver, Canada, Ricky, and my hometown, because we have lots of mountains for you, Renata.
Yeah, I know.
So
I know.
I'm curious.
I have a lot of places to go yet.
Yes. Did you fly directly to, so did you take another route?
You mean from Brazil to here?
Yes. Well, you went to South Africa
No,
first.
it was not. Sorry?
You went to South Africa first.
Yeah, I started the travel in South Africa, so of course I I got a flight from Brazil to South Africa, and then I started the overland travel. So I stayed in Cape Town for 2 months. Then I did the overland travel on all the gardening route, then Drakensberg, Lesotho, Johannesburg, and now I'm in Maputo. And next week I'm leaving to north to go to the beaches in Mozambique.
And are you going to continue north, or are you going to head back west?
No, then I come back to Maputo, and I'll cross South Africa to Namibia.
Wonderful. So what made you decide to go on this journey?
I always liked nature. Like I do trails since I was a kid, and I always saw, like, on the internet, on the movies, on the TV, all those landscapes. And I mean, Brazil is very, very beautiful, but you know, when you see a place and you say, I want to know that place as well. I don't want to know only my country. I want to know that landscape, so different than here. And also not only the ecotourism itself, but also the culture, the interest and the curiosity of knowing different cultures is also very, very interesting while we are traveling. So I started making all my plans, and in order to afford the travel, I needed to create my own business, the A Dream Overland, which is my website and my blog. And I became a digital nomadic, so I can keep traveling.
So how long have you been doing photography?
I started 2 years ago, mostly. not more than that. I just started with photography. I used to work on a totally different area section. I worked with technology. I was a network administrator in a different company. There was nothing to do with traveling and photography. So when I decided to travel, actually, it was a big change in my life. So I started the photography classes. I made the classes. I bought my all my equipment. I learned. I trained a little bit in Brazil. I traveled in Brazil, and that's it.
Nice. So you sell your pictures to magazines,
No, not yet.
or how do you use that?
I have my own thing. So what I do is basically I use my photography on my website and on my blog. So I do photography works here and there while traveling, like personally, physically to people. And on the internet, on my website, I have some different ways to make services and to get some money. I have the photography, I have the blog, I have a store. The store today is I start with my own brand, souvenirs and shirts, this kind of things. But I'm going to increase it with the time to sell things that has to do with what I'm doing. So, for example, adventure equipment, photography equipment, and all the things that we need.
Neat. Well, that sounds really exciting.
Yeah. And I'm also going to provide like traveling services now or later during the time, things that we need to travel. So sometimes workshops with photography or travel information, photography expositions, this kind of things.
Have you ever thought of doing a photography tour? Take a bunch of people that
No.
have them take pictures of lions in South Africa or
No,
something.
not yet. Not yet.
That would be
thought
really
about
exciting.
doing.
I'd sign up for that.
Oh, nice, nice. It's a very good idea. I can do everything is just starting. So I have a lot of actions to implement. I must say that the beginning is it's crazy. The beginning is very crazy. It's emotionally difficult. Like it's starting, everything is involved. So I have a lot of ideas to do, steps to take, and but with the time, things will get into a shape. Like it will get in a design. It will start working, and you start understanding better what you need, what works, what doesn't work. So I'm traveling for 4 months now. I just started as a travel blogger, and it has been an experience. I'm learning too much, and with the time, I can implement different things. I liked the photography tour thing.
Yeah, that would be fun. I'm in a similar boat to you. I left Canada in mid-January, which was about 4.5 months ago, and it's like you say, you get on this journey, and then you learn, and it's like it can be a little bit overwhelming. Away from your family and your friends, how do you deal with loneliness or the emotional ups and downs that can occur from being so far away?
Yeah, there are ups and downs. It's true. It's the most true. Um, I like spending time by myself, so I really thought it wouldn't be a trouble. I used to travel in Brazil by myself and on other vacations. So I'm a person that I don't need to have problems on staying by myself. I can travel. I can go to the places. I can go to the mall. I can go to the streets to solve some problems. Everything by myself, and it's okay. However, when you are at your place, at your own place, at your home, at your country, you can spend time for by yourself. But when you want or when you need, people are there and they are close. And here, sometimes you feel like talking or something that is bothering you and some doubt that you have. And thanks God we have the WhatsApp.
Yeah.
So I use it to talk to my mom, to my family, to my friends, and it's what we have. And it's like you said, it's we have ups and downs. Usually it's very okay. It's very it's not a problem being so far away. But few times that we want to talk to them, they are not physically so close, and we need to use the WhatsApp. And well, it's what we have. It's the resource that we have, and it must work. So how we do?
There you, there you go, right? So another thing that I'm curious about is you're traveling alone. You're a young, lovely lady. Have you ever felt,
Unsafe?
threatened or in Africa?
No, in Africa, not yet. But this is a concern that we must have, because I think that what makes the difference at this time is that there are places that are safe, and that are places that are not safe. So I can feel secure in some places. I can walk, I can do everything, and it's okay. But when we are traveling by ourselves, especially women, being a woman, we need to be extra careful. Like, doesn't do not take unnecessary risks. Like, if some place is not safe enough, it's not okay, it's dark, it's night already, don't go there. It's not worth. It doesn't work like that. So the places that I have been so far, they were very, very, very okay, very safe. Cape Town is safe. I could walk there even during the night, and nothing happens to me. Of course, I heard about sometimes people, oh, someone stole my phone, this kind of things. But usually, generally, if you be careful, it's okay. But for example, on the other hand, Johannesburg is a very dangerous city. So I didn't put my feet out of the hostel for at night alone. I didn't do like unnecessary risks, as I said. So if you are extra careful, the chances of something bad happen is lower. And this is what I try to do. I walk in the streets with my phone. I take my photos, and most part of the time it's okay. When I look up, but I have eyes like in all my head. I'm looking to this side, but I'm paying attention there. And if I have a feeling that that man over there or that person over there is not very okay for me, I just pretend that nothing is happening. Oops, I gotta go. And when they realize I'm not there anymore. So you need to be very smart to travel by yourself. And if you have a feeling that things are not going to be good, just leave.
I think that's great advice. And what you're really talking about is being aware of your surroundings and talking to people and being careful of where you go. And I think that's the way it is everywhere. Certainly in Vancouver, where I'm from, there are areas that you don't go into, and certainly areas you stay away from during the evenings or at night. And it's just a wise way to life, because you're not inviting trouble.
Yeah, everybody can face some trouble suddenly, even if we take care. But if we take care, it's like the chance of happen is a little bit lower.
So what to other women traveling?
Can you repeat, please?
What would your advice be to women that are thinking about traveling? They think, yeah, I'd love to go see the world just like Renata is.
Yeah, this is my advice. First, about the security, all the things that I said. What I would say is that do not take a big step at first. Like I'm just traveling by myself now, like a big travel around the world, around Africa, because I'm used to it. I took like 2, 3, 4 vacations on previous years, and I got used to it. And I must say, for example, I'm from Brazil, and I made a travel to 4 hours away from home to Rio de Janeiro. And you don't think that it's not useful. It is. Like, I felt so much more secure after my travel alone to Rio de Janeiro to come here, that I can explain. So if the girls are trying, are wonder to do this kind of things, to travel, do this close to your home first, close to someone that you know, close to your own country, close to your own culture, because you will be exercised, your mind will be exercised, your the ways that you do the things are going to be improved, because we have situations either on our own country or outside our own country, and making like tasks before, it's a good way to prepare yourself.
Yeah, I totally agree. Before I came on this journey, I did 3 trips or 4 down to South America. I wish I'd have known you, I would have come to Brazil, but I went to Colombia and Ecuador and Peru and
Yeah.
America, and then I went and Panama. And
And
Spanish,
there's
now that I'm in Europe, I feel like I'm cheating because I'm in all these countries where English is not the main language, but everybody
yeah. Oh
speaks, so
yeah,
I'm not
English.
forced to learn the language.
This is a very good point as well. Like my English is not perfect, but I can travel to whatever, to any place, and I can communicate. So English is, unfortunately, it's necessary. I know that there will be travelers saying that you can travel without the English, but it's different. Like to be able to talk to people and solve your situations and understand what they are saying around you is just pretty much better. So it's necessary to study English if this is not the native language of the person. English is very, very useful. And another thing that you said that is it's important as well is that, for example, I left Brazil to Cape Town, and Cape Town is very similar to my culture. The difference is that they talk in English basically, but we have the same weather, we have the same people are somehow similar too. So I wouldn't take a big step, like I said, of going to a totally different culture or a totally different weather. Like it's the first travel and I'm going to Norway, like to the winter, to the snow. You will have much more challenging than you imagine. Like it's gonna be nice, but it's challenging. So let's do one thing at a time. So I started with Cape Town because I thought that it would be a good way to arrive in Africa without changing so much of my reality. And from South Africa to here, everything is already changing. And as far as I go, like to Namibia, Zambia, Zimbabwe, everything will change. But it's like I'm getting used. I'm being training day after day. So this is a good way to start as well, like with
Yes,
something closer to you.
I totally agree with you. You don't want to go into such a dramatic change from the culture that you're used to, particularly in the beginning. Once you've strengthened your travel muscles and you strengthen your cultural muscles, then it's not an issue. But certainly in the beginning, because we all like what's comfortable, and if we aren't enjoying ourselves, we're just going to go home.
Yeah, yeah.
Renata, tell us a little bit more your dream Overland. And
Yeah,
we're
a
coming
dream
to the end of our time,
overland.
so I want to know a little bit more about it. Tell everybody.
Yeah, a dream overland, as the name says, it's my dream to travel overland. Like I said, I prefer traveling, seeing the landscapes like by bus, by car, than traveling with by plane. And I always liked to travel. Actually um, my first plan was to travel to through America by car. It was many years ago. I had a boyfriend at this time, and we were planning to go together, but things didn't work out very well. So I needed to redo all my plans, and at that time, I didn't feel safe to go driving by myself, and it's also very, very expensive. Like you need to buy the car, you need to prepare the car, buy all the equipments, the tent, the fridge, everything that you need to do to prepare the car. So it was not convenient on that time. So I just put that plan on hold, and I decided to travel to outside America by myself. And of course, I don't have a car here, but I still like to travel overland. And this is how my project started. I started to make some money, to save some money to travel and to create all the business thing. And this is the Dream Overland. And now this is a website with all my services, my store, my blog, my photography. And I'm traveling, and I do like I do reviews. I visit hostels. I visit um, famous places, famous tours, and I do like I create content, itinerant content to post to the blog, videos, photos, and what I do is promote the, the 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 hostels or the places, so people can search on the internet of a place to go, and they will find my tips and my articles about that place and all the information that they need to go there.
Wonderful. And I have a question, and I'm asking it for a friend of mine. But where did you fly out of from Brazil?
Where did I fly out?
Yes. What city did you leave?
Oh, it's a city. It's close to São Paulo. It's between São Paulo and Rio de Janeiro. It's called São José dos Campos.
Okay. And was it a direct?
The flight?
Yes.
No. I needed to. I live very close to São Paulo, so every flight that we need, we go to São Paulo. Actually, Guarulhos. It's not São Paulo, and we take the international flights there. So I had a flight. I paid. I could pay with point. How do we say? I could pay a little bit cheaper on the flight ticket, flying to Europe to go back to Africa. So it was not a direct flight, but it was cheap for me, and it was nice because I could count two more countries for me because I had a connection on Spain and also in United Kingdom on London.
Cool. Great. So if you had one last tip that you could leave everybody with who is interested in becoming a digital nomad like you, what would it be?
Just one. One tip that I would
We're going to have
say.
you on again so you can get.
Okay. Well, I think that this is not something that you should do like suddenly on impulse, without planning yourself, without thinking about it, without organizing not only the travel, but all your life that is happening before the travel. Like people are usually studying, working, having relationships, having other plans to life. I don't think that just leave everything behind on impulse and I'm gonna go. Usually it doesn't work because no, you need to be prepared to prepare not only your logistics and your financial side, but also your mind. So leaving everything organized and well decided behind is always better than just leave suddenly. So I would say it's not easy. It's not a dream. It's not like it's not like we think it is only traveling, only beats. No, we have bills to pay. We have buses to take. We have our difficulties in here as well. But it's very nice. I think it should be done if people have this desire. But think well before, plan yourself, and do this consciently and with responsibility as well. But I also think that there is a taboo of traveling, and we can't travel because we don't have the money, because I'm not rich. And we know now that we are here, we know people everywhere like that are traveling. They make their money somehow. They do their work, they do their jobs, and it is possible. It's just a different kind of life. So guide yourself with people that already did it, and they have tips to do. so you can follow the same way and actually improve it, like preventing yourself of committing the same mistakes that someone already did. So it's very useful to be involved with other travelers, and then you make your own thing.
That's great advice, Renata. Thank you very much for sharing it. And thank you very much for joining us, everybody. This has been the Digital Nomad Mastery Podcast. I'm Scott Paton, your co-host, and Ricky Shetty got bounced out of here and say goodbye. But that's the way the internet is in some of the places that we're at. Saying, I can't get, as we've been talking. So thank you, appreciate having you on the show.